Welcome to Wealthy Lead. Every second you breathe, a transaction is occurring. You are constantly spending the one resource you can never earn back, your time, in the hope of generating the resource you need to survive, money. Many of us were raised on the idea that hard work is the undisputed path to wealth. Yet, if sheer physical effort correlated directly to a massive net worth, the wealthiest people on the planet would be the ones performing the most grueling manual labor. The limit of this approach is biological. No matter how much effort you apply, your earning potential hits a wall at exactly 24 hours a day. You eventually run out of hours to sell. To bypass this biological limit, the ultra-wealthy use a different framework for generating income. We call this the 5 levels of financial ascendance, and it is the mechanism that separates the middle class from the truly free. Achieving true wealth requires changing the ratio of your labor to your income until the two are no longer linked. Imagine a closed loop where every dollar you earn has a designated destination before it even hits your bank account. This is the baseline environment for most people, a state of total financial dependency. At level 1, or negative leverage, your past decisions are consuming your present time. You are working today to pay for a version of yourself that no longer exists. In this state, your labor serves as a defense mechanism to prevent total collapse. Because your net worth is below zero, you must work just to maintain a state of insolvency. Once you clear those liabilities, you reach level 2, the one-to-one trade. This is the realm of survival, defined by a direct exchange of 1 unit of your personal time for 1 unit of capital. This level has a rigid ceiling. The moment you stop clocking in, whether due to exhaustion, illness, or a desire for rest, the income stream terminates instantly. Levels 1 and 2 offer only linear progression. As long as your income requires your physical presence to exist, you remain vulnerable to any disruption in your ability to work. Moving beyond the one-to-one trap requires creating a surplus. You must spend less than you earn to create a gap in your cash flow. This surplus is level 3, the margin. It is the specific amount of capital that remains after all your survival costs are covered. While it sits in a bank account, this surplus loses value to inflation. It only gains utility when repurposed as the seed capital for an income stream. By reinvesting that margin, you enter level 4, capital as labor. This is where you begin converting your currency into productive assets. These assets, whether dividend stocks or rental properties or automated business systems, act as workers. They operate without the need for sleep, salaries, or time off. At this stage, the growth of your income begins to separate from the hours you personally invest. Your wealth can now increase while you are focused elsewhere. Level 4 represents the point where capital stops being a tool for survival and starts functioning as leverage, multiplying the effect of every dollar you own. When you reinvest earnings back into the system, you build momentum. Eventually, the yield becomes large enough to pay for professional management and automated systems. This is level 5, infinite leverage. At this level, the assets generate enough profit to cover both your living expenses and the cost of the people who manage those assets for you. Because the system now pays for its own maintenance and still produces a surplus, the owner is removed from the operational loop. The capital compounds independently, creating wealth that scales regardless of how the owner spends their day. Level 5 works to a point where your personal time and your income generation no longer share the same axes. You have achieved total decoupling. Moving through these 5 levels requires a deliberate shift, from selling labor to acquiring and managing leverage. You must perform a candid audit of your own finances today. Identify exactly which of these 5 levels you currently occupy. Attempting to buy assets at level 4 while you are still struggling with level 1 debt creates a fragile foundation. The levels must be conquered in sequence to be sustainable. Buying back your life begins with a clear-eyed assessment of where your current income actually originates. To learn the specific tactics for moving from one level to the next, subscribe to Wealthy Lead. We'll be detailing the exact path to conquering each stage in our upcoming videos.